Hey everybody, I'll get on here before the start of the new moon, which is on the 6th. And I haven't been on in quite some time. So, good evening. I hope everyone's having a great Saturday night. I know I am. And we got a lot of things going on, and I will be posting this in my newsletter. So, keep an eye on that, astrologywitch.com. But I wanted to talk about, in modern astrology, Mercury technically goes retrograde on March 5th. But in my method, it goes retrograde about 4 days prior to the modern date and stays retrograde 4 or 5 days after. So Mercury is going to go retrograde on March 5th, and then it goes direct at the end of March. I believe it's 28th. So basically, we are pretty much the entire month of March in a Pisces retrograde. And I've told you before the do's and don'ts of Mercury retrograde. I'm going to bring something up to show you. Maybe, I don't know if it'll let me show you, but anyway, the things you don't want to do in a Mercury retrograde are, you don't want to sign any contracts. You do not want to buy any kind of electronics or automobiles. You don't want to make any kind of travel plans in this energy, because it's just not going to be good energy. The other thing is contracts. Don't sign anything. I know I've had people tell me, oh, but the new moon is coming and I have things to sign and stuff to do. I get that. If you can all avoid it, do not sign contracts in a Mercury retrograde. But if you have to, then try and do them within the next 2 weeks of the new moon. We have a new moon in Pisces on March 6th. So very important that you be aware of the changes that are coming. We have a very high energy shift coming, and it's high frequency. And I'm going to explain that in a minute. I've written some notes and stuff on this. But those are just some of the things you have to look for when you have a Mercury retrograde. Hope I covered it all. No contracts, no automobiles, no electronics. I'm sure I'm leaving a few things out. Sorry. Anyway, March 6th, we have a new moon in Pisces. And in modern astrology, like I said, it's the retrograde's on the 5th. In modern astrology, or in my method of astrology, it is here. It has begun as of today. Today is what, the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th? Yep, 4 days prior to that date. And it's a high frequency of energy. It's very, this is going to be very intense energy. Then my understanding is the sun and the moon are at a 15-degree position right on the cusp of each other. So intense energy. And this is a very powerful new moon. Past will come back to life. That is another thing that does happen in a Mercury retrograde, is the past does always come back to you. Whether it's old friends getting in touch, relatives you haven't seen in a long time, the past comes back. If they're positive memories, by all means, indulge. If they're not so good memories, walk away. And remember, with Mercury retrograde and a new moon, it's, even though we're in a new moon, and the new moon is about progressing forward, expanding, going forward, at this time, there are certain things in the new moon you do not want to do, like I just explained. This new moon is a time for regrouping, reevaluating, preparing yourself for the change of season coming on March 20th, the spring equinox, and the sun moving into Aries. And I believe we also have a full moon in Libra right around that time as well. Hold on, I have my ephemeris here. I should put my glasses on. Full moon in Libra is on the 20th as well. So this is a big energy shift. Pretty much the whole month of March is high frequency energy. Dreams will become very vivid, and we as humans, we're going to sink right into our dreams and our visions. So there's something you really want out of life. The next couple of weeks is the perfect time to manifest it, the perfect time to visualize it, create it, make it happen, work your magic if you're in the magical realm. This is a powerful new moon. So remember, use this moon. Pisces is psychic ability, psychic energy, high spiritual knowledge. Pisces is dreams. Pisces is intuition. It's water, so it's feelings. But on the negative, Pisces is also illusions, delusions, chemical dependencies like alcohol and drugs. It's also rules the oil industry. It rules the Middle East. It rules institutions, churches, synagogues. So these are all the things that in the realm of Pisces. This is also the good time, I would say, from the new moon to the full, to get in touch with your astrologers, your tarot readers, people like myself and others, people in the esoteric realm. After the new moon on the 6th, this energy is their energy, and people who work in that field are going to have some very high spiritual energy coming their way. There, just the camera. So use it to your advantage, my friends, especially my magical friends. Your dreams, if you manifest this and you create the reality that you want, by the end of this retrograde on the 28th, it's a new beginning. It's a whole new journey. It's a whole new road. You'll be able to move forward. So the month of March is high frequency energy and major changes in the subconscious mind, but it's also a time of tapping deep into your psyche, mysticism, the cards, reading the stars. So get in touch with your shamans, your astrologers, your tarot readers, your witches, whatever you want to call them, your esoteric people. But that isn't the main event. Okay, the main event, and I mean the main event of this month, happens, wow, it happens right on the same day. So you've got, so March 6th, Uranus moves. Uranus has been in the sign of Aries for the last 7 years. It did do a forward jump in 2018 for a little bit, but then jumped right back into Aries. But now it is stationing itself for the next 7 years in Taurus. Now remember, Uranus is the planet of sudden release of energy. It's shocking. It's earthquakes, it's volcanoes, it's bad weather, it's electricity, it's aeronautics, Uranus. It's moving into solid, fixed, stubborn, slow-moving Taurus. Now, this is going to stay here for 7 years. So Taurus is Earth, and it's a solid sign. It's also sensual, it's beauty, it's arts, it's the physical, it's aesthetics, the beauty industry. It's also the banking industry, monetary, money. What other notes did I write down? Actually, wherever you have this placement by house and sign, you're going to feel it. But one thing, remember, Taurus is a slow and steady sign, so things don't happen instantaneously. We have 7 years of this energy. So this energy is going to, you're not going to feel it immediately. It's not going to be like that. It's not how you're going to feel the retrograde and the new moon in Pisces. This energy builds up in time. I can guarantee you, and I can almost bet money, in the next 7 years, while this planet has moved into this sign, it's an earth sign. It rules earth changes. We have a tail in Capricorn right now, which is earth, unstable. But in the next 7 years, California and the Western Seaboard will most definitely, with this placement, see the big one of some sort. This Uranus and Taurus, this energy is slow and steady, like the bull. The bull is slow, but the bull is steady and solid. This placement makes the world have major impact, major events happen. And that's what's going to happen by house and sign for a great many of us. And like I said, it won't happen instantaneously. It's going to take 7 years. So wherever you have this planet stationed, not planet, sign of Taurus stationed by house and sign, that house will take on the highest energy. What else did I put? I said that. This energy creates significant changes in the world. So we are going to see that. Because it rules the financial world, Taurus rules finances, money. We could see an economic collapse. We could see our money and our currency and the way we do banking change dramatically in the next 7 years. Stock markets will crash. That's why I've said this before. Do not, if you're in the stock market, get out right now. I wouldn't play the stocks. I told a couple of my friends who were in the Bitcoin business back in November, start pulling out of that. Okay, because Bitcoin had peaked, and I think it was going downhill after that. And sure enough, I think the dude died. The guy died, and he's the only one with the code to get their money. I mean, that is so screwed up. Could you imagine? Oh, God. Anyway, stay out of the stock markets because, like I said, real estate will be your best investment in time. And I've said that again because the dragon head is in Cancer. So I'm repeating myself, but I do that because I know we have new listeners and whatnot. So I want people I have to keep reiterating it. Now, I've heard many other astrologers the last few days on YouTube and on other stuff say that, and I just said this earlier, let your dreams become your own reality, manifest it. And that is exactly what you need to do. If you do magic or you're into magic, the next 2 weeks after this new moon on the 6th through the 20th is the perfect time, depending on where the placement of the moon is, to work on psychic stuff, clairvoyance, things like that. Dabbling in the realm of the esoteric is very much blessed by Pisces. On a nice note, and those of you out there that like to shop, Pisces rules the feet. So it is the perfect time to go out and buy yourself something new shoes, new pair of shoes, a pedicure. It's the perfect time in Pisces to do this. Also, at the Pisces new moon, since Pisces does rule alcohol and it is in a waxing moon, it is the perfect time to go to your favorite Bev Mall and stock up on things. I know for myself, it's always nice to have a couple of bottles of wine in the house in case you have company over, and you're going to find some really good deals on alcohol sales. The oil industry is ruled by this as well. The Middle East, I'm hoping in the next 2 weeks, in the Middle East, there's a little more peace, but after the full moon, I don't think so. There's always going to be turmoil in this part of the world because think about the three main religions that came from this part of the world. It's not an accident that the Middle East is a Pisces nation. Three religions that came out of this part of the world: Judaism, Christianity, Islam, Middle East. And I think I've about covered it for the shift that's coming. You're going to hear people post stuff on YouTube. Ooh, the shift, ready for the shift, the energy shift. Yeah, it's a big one. And there's a trifecta of stuff going on: a retrograde, a new moon in Pisces, and a major shift with Uranus moving into the planet of Taurus. You're going to see in the next 7 years some interesting events take place. For many, like for January, this is going to affect your 5th house. This is the house of love, children, romance. So there may be some unexpected news with your kids. Not everything that happens with Uranus is negative. I want you to know that, even though some people go, oh my God, shocking news. Yes, shocking news is going to happen in the next 7 years. Now, the full moon is on the 20th of March, and it's in Libra. And I really didn't want to bring him up, but I have to. Donald Trump is a Gemini, and he has a dragon's head in Gemini and a tail in Sagittarius, but he has a hidden dragon. Hidden. We all have a hidden. My hidden's in Gemini. Donald Trump's hidden is in Aries. Now, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, October. Okay, so this is the 5th house. So he has a hidden dragon tail stationed in his 5th house. That's the house of love, romance, children, creativity. The end of the month will not be a very good month. After that full moon, after the 20th, I think things are going to start to really unravel for him. I've always said there could always be a possibility of a first-time divorce in the White House. But I think that Melania Trump is ladylike enough and diplomatic enough that she might sit out till the long haul is over, whether that's when his term is over or if he goes out another way. But either way, she will leave him. And it wouldn't be a shock because this is his 3rd marriage. He has one more to go. Like I said, he's Gemini, so things will happen to Donald Trump in 2s, 4s, 6s. Two wives, 4 wives, 2 kids, 4 kids, 6 kids, 8 kids. And some of the kids he probably fathered that aren't known about. But enough about Donald Trump. Just watch the news. And that is about it. I will post the forecast by house and sign before the 6th on astrologywitch.com. And I'm probably going to start running some tarot card specials this month because Pisces is the month for that kind of work. Tarot readings, pendulums, clairvoyancy. Clairvoyance will be on fire after the 6th through the 20th. It should be a very interesting time for many. That is about it. Just a quick 20-minute clip here. Check out my Facebook, or not my Facebook page. Well, I do have the Astrology Witch on Facebook as well, but check out my website, astrologywitch.com, and Next couple of days, I'll be posting a whole bunch of stuff. Until we meet again, keep your head in the stars. Ciao.